Fog Entertainment back again with another movie review, and we are casting our minds back to 2001, and it is Lord of the Rings, and it is the Fellowship of the Ring. And you know what, I've said rings 3 times already, so that fits in line with this movie. I'd never seen Lord of the Rings before, and you know what, it actually surprised me. It wasn't actually that bad, I'll be honest. I actually preferred it to Harry Potter. And why I say that is, well, I think they are kind of similar in a way, and also they both came out in 2001, The Philosopher's Stone and The Fellowship of the Ring. But saying that, I feel like the movie was about an hour too long, and it's like 2 hours and 55 minutes, man. And very few movies warrant that, alright? But basically, we're introduced this like 10-minute promo package at the start of the movie about this ring. And we see the history of this said ring. So yeah, that was all good. I've really no complaints with any of this, apart from the fact they said ring about. I'm not even joking. Like, to be realistic, right? I think they said it about 18 times. Now, I could have said 100 times, which would have been an exaggeration, of course. But 18 times, my friends, isn't an exaggeration. But essentially, this ring that Gollum had, Gollum, not Willie Collum, it's Gollum, damn it. This guy had it in his possession, and now, oh no, Bilbo Baggins has got this ring. And then we're introduced to Frodo Baggins, who's like his nephew or something, or his grandson, I don't really know or care, to be honest. And we're introduced to Gandalf, right? And it's like, I hear people, you know, they always talk about like, you always hear like Bilbo Baggins and Frodo and Gandalf. Those are the 3 names, and Gollum, of course. Those are the 4 people for like Lord of the Rings I was aware of, because people like use it in everyday conversation, kinda, and you hear it in like pop culture and just media in general. So yeah, but am I surprised by everyone else? Not really. But essentially this movie is, the ring has took over Bilbo, and Bilbo's like reluctant to give up, but Gandalf basically says, I'm trying to help you, as he was like really scary, and then Bilbo's like, right, I have to leave, big man. So he leaves all the possessions to big Frodo, and I tell you what, looking at the cast members of them here, my god, all of them have aged like a big bag of donkey soup. But it is what it is, and at the end of the day, we gotta move. You see Sam Wise, man, Samwise Gamgee, played by Sean Astin. Jesus, man. He's in the Goonies as well. He looks about 50. The age of people's mad, man. Everyone's getting older, and there's just nothing you can do to stop it at the end of the day. But damn. Essentially, Sam and Frodo set off. We meet, who else do we meet? We meet Merry and Pippin. I like these two. You've got Dominic Monaghan, who of course is in Lost. That's what I know him for. Don't know what else Pippin's in, but Billy Boyd, he's Scottish, so you know what, that goes a long way for me, so we'll take it. These two are pretty funny, and eventually it's these two and Frodo and big Sam that eventually go on this like magical adventure. And it's like, even by this point, you're like an hour and 20 in and nothing's happened. Like, literally nothing's happened, but eventually he ends up getting stabbed by the Night Riders, or whatever they're called. Don't really know what they're called, but this is when they meet Aragorn, I think is his name, or is it Legolas? I don't know. I'm looking at this cast and I'm like, who looks the most like the guy? But Legolas doesn't look like him. I can't really, I mean, all their names are just fucking confusing at this point, but yeah, you've got all this stuff going on. Crazy stuff, big man. Crazy. But yeah, Frodo basically gets poisoned. Then a woman appears out of nowhere and saves him. It's Arwen. And she's like, I'll take you back to my daddy, if you don't mind. And then Frodo is saved. He wakes up and Gandalf's beside him. But what was Gandalf doing this entire time? Well, he went to see his master, Saruman, played by Christopher Lee, of course, Count Dooku in Star Wars. And I was looking at this guy and I was like, I know him. I was like, Count Dooku, Star Wars. That's the man. That's the guy. Oh, yes, sirree. And then basically here we get Gimli. He's a midget dwarf. And then we have the dream team. We've got Frodo and the 3 other like hobbits. You've got Gandalf. You've got Boromir. Aragorn. Is Legolas there? I'm not even fucking too sure, to be honest. And you've got Gimli. This is the dream team. And yeah, they set off on their magical quest. I know it's mad, right? They don't even like get anywhere near this place where they can dispose of the ring, because it has to be disposed in the mountains where it was made. Oh ho ho ho, very spooky. But they get to this location, right? Good scene. The spider like squid thing almost gets Frodo, but everyone like fights them off, and they go into like the tombs after walking through the snow. Imagine being a hobbit and having to walk barefooted through snow, feet freezing, your legs, your feet are numb as fuck. Not ideal, not what you would want in that current situation, but I guess it is what it is, and you've got to move on and deal with it, pals. But yeah, like they keep on walking, and then we get like these staircases after this like fight scene where they defeat like a massive troll, which I thought was pretty well done. And Pippin essentially did job them out here, and all that good stuff. But yeah, they're making their way down staircases, and then we get the iconic. But before we move on, of course, in this movie, what I did like about it was the fact like you had this group of like 8 people trying to survive doing a quest. I do like things like that. It kind of reminds me like, you know, like The Walking Dead or like an apocalyptic thing, or just like an adventure. I do like movies like that, and you know, like kind of like they get picked off one by one. There'll be only 2 of them die, but let's get to the scene that everybody knows, and that is Gandalf. You shall not pass. And that's him dead. He falls with him. I had no idea he died here. And to be honest, I mean, I've never seen these movies, and I've obviously not seen the other 2. I don't think Gandalf's dead. For such a character it's over as Gandalf, just to die like that, it's like, what? I don't think he's dead. Honestly, I don't think he's dead. We then have the big man himself. I believe his name is Boromir, played by Sean Bean. He absolutely gets killed by like 3 arrows while trying to protect the hobbits. Pretty sad scene, but at the end of the day, he loses out here. But he does get saved, and they do kill the big massive bastard, the big boy, the big daddy. But the hobbits end up getting took. Pippin and Merry end up getting took. So I mean, at the end of the day, he kind of died in vain. And then that's basically the movie ends. Everyone is going on a rescue mission to rescue the hobbits. Merry and Pippin, and then you've got Sam and Frodo basically going to complete the quest and destroy the ring. But like I said, the whole movie is essentially about destroying this ring in the last 3 hours, and we're nowhere near done that. It seems like the plot has been dragged out and it's very thin, but at the same time there's a lot in there. It's a weird movie. It's too long in my opinion. There's problems with it, but is it entertaining? Is it worth your while? Yeah, kinda. But 3 hours is not an R40, man. You could cut an R, easily an R out of this movie. Personally, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, that's it for Lord of the Rings. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It was good. No more, nothing worse. It was good.